The Vancouver Waterfront has been insane for Vancouver, Washington. Here's everything you need to know about the project, both history and future. Hey, welcome back to the Living in Vancouver and Camas, Washington YouTube channel. I am your host, Hannah Dubyne, and I'm really glad you're here today because we're talking about one of my favorite things that Vancouver has done ever, which is the Vancouver Waterfront. If you've seen this project, you know, or hopefully you know and you think that it is immaculate. Most people do. And it has really just put Vancouver on the map. It has become a landmark of Vancouver, Washington. Really what I wanted to share with you today was some information about the history of the Vancouver Waterfront, what's already open there and what's coming in the future, and the economic impacts of the project. I am extremely in tune with development in Clark County. I'm fascinated by it. I think this is one of the most amazing places, most amazing opportunities to develop in the country right now. And I just love what has been done down there. By the way, I'm a realtor by trade, so that is why I'm so fascinated by development. Send us a text, email, or DM if you're looking to sell or buy in Clark County. We'd love to serve you, but let's talk about the Vancouver Waterfront now. So high-level overview of the project. It is a 32-acre development, and this project, most people don't know this, took 18 years from start to open. 18 years.
It's been
18 years. That is a lot of patience to work on one development project. That's a super long time. And it's not finished yet, so that's why I don't say start to finish. The Vancouver Waterfront truly opened in 2018, and with every passing month and year, more and more has opened in the development. It's got everything from retail to housing, office buildings. It's got public parks, public areas. It's got the Grant Street Pier, community events, senior living. It kind of has a bit of everything. It is a mixed-use development. When it's done, it's going to have 3,300 housing units, which is a lot. So there's a lot of people that are going to be living in that relatively small space. So I'm very excited for it. Let's talk about what's open now. So there are currently 4 apartment complexes that are open, and you could go put a deposit in them and live in them. There's also 1 condo building, and that is actually going to be the only condo building in the Vancouver Waterfront development. It's the Kirkland Tower. Those are luxury condos. The price points are high. It's over $1 million to $4 million for the penthouse. And those are the only ownership opportunities down on the waterfront, unfortunately. Those were some really amazing condos. I had the pleasure of touring them multiple times. They're for people who want a lifestyle. The HOA dues are in the thousands per month, which is not a thing in Vancouver. That's the very first and potentially only development that is like that here, but a very cool offering for sure. There are currently 2 hotels open on the waterfront. There's the Indigo Hotel, which shares a building with the Kirkland Tower. So if you live in the Kirkland Tower condos, you can actually get room service from the Indigo Hotel. It's pretty cool. Indigo Hotel has a big atrium in the middle. It's beautiful, great service, lovely. We also have the AC Hotel, which is a block down, and I'd say the AC Hotel is maybe just not quite as nice as the Indigo Hotel, not quite as luxury, but still overall a very, very nice hotel. If you're a fan of wine, there are a lot of wine tasting rooms down on the Vancouver Waterfront. I thought this was a cool effort that they made to bring all of those wineries together and give people that experience. It really makes it a destination. I counted 7 wine tasting rooms in total down there right now. They might add more in the future, we'll see, but a pretty cool thing for Vancouver to have. Obviously, there's a lot of retail and restaurants down on the waterfront. I'll just share with you some of my favorites. I don't want to share them all, but some of my favorites. Dos Salas is really good. Definitely an experience. It's absolutely beautiful in that restaurant. It's great, like Latin fusion type cuisine. I like Wildfin a lot too. I love seafood, so that's a great spot to go. In the summertime, they have a fish and chips walk-up bar on the outside. So definitely go hit that up in the summer when it's nice out. Salt and Straw just opened on the waterfront. Thank goodness. Salt and Straw has not had a location in Vancouver forever, and we're just over the border from Portland where they started. So you can get ice cream down at Salt and Straw. Grassa is a great homemade pasta spot, kind of more of a walk-in, pay at the counter type spot, not quite as high-end. Cafe X is the coffee shop down on the waterfront. They have an amazing Mexican mocha, so I would say go try that. And then for retail, there's a couple gift shops down there. There's office space, so there's like escrow offices, there's investment banks, things like that. But I think the restaurants are really the main attraction. So coming soon, we have more things opening every single year at the waterfront development. But what's really coming quickly down the pipeline is there's a senior living development that's coming. I think it's interesting that they put a senior living housing facility right there on the waterfront. It's on one of the blocks that faces the water, so it's one of the premium blocks. Senior living, even if it's in the pits, is super expensive, like $10,000 a month, depending on what kind of care and package you need. I cannot imagine how expensive it's going to be to live in senior living there. However, if you're elderly or you have memory loss, something like that, you need extra care, what a beautiful spot to live in your last days, right? You get to look out and look at the beautiful Columbia River and the sunsets, and you can see the bridge in the distance, and you can walk down to restaurants. That would be an amazing way to spend your retirement. I'm gonna be really fascinated to see what their offerings are when that project opens up. I haven't been to the waterfront actually in a month or two. I should go and see how that building is progressing. Another super exciting thing that's coming soon is the 8-story parking garage. One of the things I always get questions about with the waterfront is, hey Hannah, how's the parking? Is there any parking available? Can you even find it? And how expensive is it? Right now, they are working on that parking garage, so we're kind of in that J-curve, right, where we went down before we can go up. And so parking is definitely lacking a little bit. But once they have the parking garage, I think it's gonna be awesome. 8 stories is a lot for Vancouver. It's gonna house a lot of cars. And so far, parking has been very affordable. Crossing my fingers that they don't raise those prices to insanity. They have a little app down there called Parking Kitty. It's super cute. You download the app and it meows at you when your time is up. But usually when I go on the weekdays, it's $1.50 to $2.50 an hour. So if I'm down there for 2 or 3 hours, okay, it's like $5 to $9. I think that's fine. Thankfully, they're not charging like $20 or $30 a time, and I hope it stays that way. I believe on the weekends, unless the parking has changed, that it's free to park on the streets because the streets are city parking. So there you go, pro tip. We also have more apartment buildings that will be opening up soon. I've lost track of how many apartment buildings there are down on the waterfront, but there's a lot. Fascinating to see how many people will live in that small area. It's really very dense and city-like. I mean, it's downtown Vancouver, of course it's city-like. I, as a suburban girl, am not used to that. So cool to see though. I like having options for people. Okay, now I want to share with you some cool features of the waterfront that are maybe a little bit more secret or less well-known that you should know about. So the first one I want to share with you is there's actually a boat dock that you can use, and you can pull up in your boat, you know, put it in somewhere else, pull up in your boat at the waterfront, have lunch, have dinner, and then go drive away and enjoy the rest of your day in the Columbia River. It's very small, and so it's first come, first serve. I don't know, a couple boats can fit at it, but people definitely found out about it this last year, and in the summer they would come up, have a beautiful lunch, have a beautiful dinner, and then go enjoy the rest of the day on the Columbia. So if you have a boat and you put it in down at, you know, Washougal or somewhere else, down at Tidewater Cove, definitely check out that boat dock at the Vancouver Waterfront. Next cool thing you should know about is the splash pad. Splash pad is super awesome if you have kids. You've got little kids especially. They do fun events down there, and that thing is just full in the summertime. Kids are out, they love it. It's not a full swimming experience, so it's not super dangerous or anything, but it's a nice way to cool off on a hot day. In the summer, they also have a lot of really amazing events on the waterfront. I can't even begin to tell you what those events are. I think the city of Vancouver is really good at hosting community events. They do a lot in Esther Short Park, which is in the core of downtown as well, just a couple blocks away. But I've seen music down there, live music, festivals, community-centered events, events for kids. It's just really cool, so definitely be on the lookout online. Sign up for Weekend Happenings with Hannah. We usually put those events in there in the summer if they're happening. Visit Vancouver, Washington also has those events usually posted, so I'd say go check out that resource. Another wonderful business that just opened up at the waterfront was the Witness Tree Cocktail Lounge at the top of the Indigo Hotel. We don't really have a lot of rooftop dining experiences in Vancouver. It's Vancouver, right? Like, it hasn't been a big city on the map for very long, but we finally have one. We have Witness Tree now. I actually have yet to go there. I really want to go check it out, but I don't really drink much. They do have mocktails though, so I should go have some mocktails and some appetizers. But you're way up high, you're gonna get a beautiful view, very much about the experience and, you know, the lifestyle if you're gonna go do something like that. But great date night out or date night with friends for sure. The last really cool feature I want to share with you about the waterfront is the walking trail. The walking trail is just beautiful on the Vancouver waterfront. It really is more of a sidewalk. It's a trail in the main area. It's like a paved trail. And then you get under the I-5 bridge and it just turns into kind of a normal sized sidewalk. But that sidewalk goes all the way down to McMinimums. I don't know how long it is. I do 5Ks down there sometimes in the summer. So it's gotta be probably around a mile and a half long. Yeah, that sounds right. And then you turn around and you do another mile and a half to get back. Somewhere in that range. Anyways, I digress. It's a beautiful view. Lots of trees, people are out walking, people are happy. So if you haven't done that trail before, definitely take some time to go do that. I want to touch briefly on the economic impact of the Vancouver waterfront. I think the economic impact has been way better than anyone could have ever fathomed it would be. People knew that it was going to be a big deal. They knew that it would bring in jobs, that it would bring in businesses, that it would put us on the map, but it has really attracted people and they just love it, especially when I have potential clients reach out and come visit the area for the week or the weekend. They love going down to that area. They love it. So it's estimated that it will bring in, by the time it's done, 10,000 plus jobs, which is a lot of jobs here in Clark County, so that's so exciting. And it's estimated that it will bring in $6.1 billion of economic output, money stimulated into our economy here in Clark County. That is great for our growth and it's just super, super exciting. The estimated completion date, again, estimated, hard to really put a pinpoint on that for a development of this size, is 2030. So that's another 6 years away. We still got many years of construction left at the waterfront, and I'm sure they're always going to be changing and evolving. Looking forward, I think that the Vancouver waterfront will really, really put Vancouver on the map. It already has. We have developers in Clark County now that are from, you know, New York, Chicago. People from Portland want to invest over here. It's amazing. I think some of the challenges going forward are going to be parking, right? As more people live down there, it's going to become more of a challenge. It will become probably a premium spot to live. Sounds like there will be a lot of apartment options, but I'm sure the rents are going to be very expensive, and I know the Kirkland Tower condos are very expensive to purchase. That's really all I have to share with you about the Vancouver waterfront. I really love this project, and I hope you have been able to spend some time down there. Let me know down in the comments what you think about the waterfront, where you hope to see it headed in the future. We thank you so much for watching, and if you're looking to sell or buy a home in Clark County, we would love to serve you. Send us an email, text us, DM us on Instagram at Hannah Dubyne, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.